Hello, brothers, and welcome back to G.A.R. Productions. Today we are looking at Lego's clone problem. Last week we looked at the kind of their problems with droids. Today I'm going to be looking at problems with clones. And yes, I'm going to do besides the obvious of helmet holes. Don't like those. Gone over that already. I think that is a problem. But let's get going on kind of stuff. What their problems of what they're missing, and then certain things. I will mention first of all, though, one thing that I think is something that is a problem is printing issues lately. Yes, we've had. You can argue about helmet holes all day long, and I will agree with you or disagree with you, and we can be fine with that. But there's been some serious printing issues, and I think we should all agree on that. Like Fives' helmet, not anywhere close. The 212 Trooper has problems. Other clones are not as accurate as they once were, and I think that is an issue that I hope LEGO can correct. Yes, I have other things, some vehicles and some clone designs and units that I hope that they do that I think we're overdue for. That is a problem, but these two things are especially the printing. I really hope that they strive to work on that. It seems, I know someone asked the question on the Q&A, you guys can go check it out, about, has LEGO got better in the past 6 years? And I think set design, yes, but minifigure design, no. Especially with clone troopers, we've been, in my opinion, very disappointed, very hit or miss. Some of them have been really, really good. I really like the 501st Troopers from 2020. The 187th, I think, are good, especially just the regular trooper. Despite the helmet holes, the shock trooper and the white trooper look really good. But then we have the 212th, which is really bad in my opinion, especially with the printing on the helmet. You have Fives' helmet that's terrible. You have the big problems with Fox. So that's definitely something I really hope that they work on. It's a big problem, hampering their quality. And they do say that they worry about quality, and their sets are high quality, but then the minifigures don't feel like they're being the same quality to the same standard as the sets. So that's the first thing. Some units that I think we need, some design types. We really need clone commandos. They've been in the Bad Batch. Now is the time. That's a really good time. The commandos have been out since 2005. In the game, I kind of get that it wasn't based off Republic Commando, but they've been in the Clone Wars now a couple times. They've been in the Bad Batch a lot. I really hope we get a Bad Batch set with clone commandos in it. Someone asked again in the Q&A, you guys can watch it again, about maybe getting a Bad Batch gunship. I kind of hope we get that with some TK troopers and clone commandos. It is definitely time. We need clone commandos. Honestly, also, I think we need ARC troopers again. Yes, the first one is amazing. I don't want them to mess up the design again. But honestly, they could just bring that helmet back. We really could use some new ARC troopers like the Phase 1.5s and just do different styles that we haven't seen or necessarily aren't canon, quote unquote, but like Battlefront 2 did. Just do some different ones like that, either based off a Legion or just random ones. People would really like it. I think we could definitely need to see some ARC troopers again. Some clone units I think we need to see. Number one, and this is kind of in these first ones are ones that they've never done, and then they're in kind of like levels of I think that they will do. Number one is Galactic Marines. I don't understand why we have not gotten those yet. I talked about that last week's Q&A. I don't understand why we have not gotten Galactic Marines, but we haven't. I think there's a good chance. Some people think they're never coming. I hold out hope that they're coming. I think next year's a really good chance that we'll see them. If we don't get them next year, it's anyone's guess. They're probably just going to come out If they don't come out next year, it's probably just going to be some random time. And it's like, oh, wow, Galactic Marines finally. So that's number one I think they will do. The next one I think that they should do at some point, but I don't know if it's going to be next year, would be the new 187th clones from Season 7 of the Clone Wars. I know they weren't in that much, but it's a really cool design. It's a unit that we haven't gotten at all. So I think those are probably tied with this other one, which would be Doom's clone troopers. I don't know which way they would go for first. Both I think should be done. Doom's I think should be done a little bit higher, but both are kind of like could be done at some point. But with the purple 187th, it leaves it open for literally any clone to be done. But I just don't know when they would do these. And then units that need to be redone. And then at the top of the list is again what I think they will most likely to do. We have the 327th Star Corps. I would be surprised if we get through 2025 and we don't have a Star Corps trooper. I kind of would be surprised. It is definitely way overdue for them. Next, I have the Wolfpack troopers. High demand. Again, maybe not 2025. Episode 3 might take a lot up of that, but I would think in the next 3 to 4 years, if not sooner, we will see Wolfpack clone troopers, especially with Wolf back in the Bad Batch. That kind of helps. I don't know about So there might be a case where we see like Wolf but not Wolfpack, which would be kind of sad. I hope we get both. I want both. but I think those are going to be coming. Next, I have the 91st Reconnaissance Corps, whether that's bikers or regular. Definitely overdue for the regular troopers. Could be, again, I don't see why next year they would not come in a set, but again, we'll see. I have high hopes, and it's just like I don't know how much they're going to load us up with Episode 3 sets. I think there's going to be a decent amount, but I don't even know if it's going to be the same quantity like we got in 2013. So, it's not 2013, 2014. I don't think it's going to be the same quantity, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I've been wrong about some of my set predictions for this rest of this year, so hoping I'm wrong next year and we get more sets than I'm thinking. And then lastly, I have the 442nd Siege Battalion. Just a unit I really hope that they do again. It's been a long time. I really want to see them, but kind of on the low list of I think they might do it someday, but I would see the other three being done first. And one actually back on the probably the top of the list or tied with the 327 Star Corps would be the Kashyyyk Scout Troopers. But I again, that one would be, I would be surprised if they don't do some sort of Kashyyyk set next year with them in it. Pretty surprised. So next I have vehicles. Number one that I think we'll be getting probably next year, probably with those Kashyyyk troops, is a turbo tank. I think that's coming. People want it. It's a set that they've done good designs on, have done regularly, so that's a top one. Next, I could see them. This is where I think I would hope that we could get some 327 Star Corps and AT-OT, and maybe they could kind of do one of these as smaller, or even just use both next year sets because it's Episode 3. Use both big set slots for the clones as a big last hurrah, and then maybe we don't get like a big clone set for a couple of years. But maybe AT-OT. Or maybe they can shrink it down a little bit. I could see them trying to get away with like $100 AT-OT. Or the next one, which I think is lower, kind of going with the Galactic Marines, the UT-AT. I think that's lower than the AT-OT in probability, but still a possibility. I hope it's coming. That is one of my most wanted vehicles for them to do is the UT-AT. And then lastly, I have the dropship. Kind of like I don't know if we're going to see them do it again because it's going to take up a big slot and they're going to have clone sets to go with it, but it's kind of like it's almost an addition at such a high cost. I don't know if they're going to do it because I don't know if they would do something like the dropship and AT-OT again. I don't know if they would just do the dropship as a set. So we're just going to have to wait and see. It'd be nice to get it, but I don't hold high hopes. And then Starfighters, number one that I think they need to do and will be coming next year. Again, another thing I'd be really surprised and very disappointed if they don't do would be an ARC-170 next year. It has to be coming. Next, I could very well see coming either it could be Bad Batch, could be Episode 3, a V-Wing. That'll be cool. Next, I think it's one of these times it's just going to show up one year and be like, oh, wow, finally, it'll be a Y-Wing, probably Rex's Y-Wing. It's just going to show up, guys. I don't think they're going to necessarily do it this year or next year. I feel like we're just going to kind of give up hope on it and then, Rex's Y-Wing's coming. So, but I do think it's coming. Next, I have kind of like I think we need this. They've only done one. Definitely could use an update or the different version with the bigger cargo hold, but it's the Republic Attack Shuttle, whether it's the regular one or the one with the big cargo hold. They're two separate names. I don't remember them off the top of my head. I'm sorry. I know I'm a terrible Clone Wars fan that I can't remember those class names. Usually I'm pretty good with class names of starships, but those two are escaping me. But the one with the big cargo hold and the one without definitely could use it. Either one, I'd really like to see. I'd like to have one for my clone army. The old design's okay, but it's not super accurate, especially the top. So I'd really like to see them do a new one because I think it would be an amazing set. But I don't know when we would see it. It's been in the Clone Wars a lot, but they've never done a set for it. I'd like the big cargo one. And we could see one, honestly, could be Bad Batch, where it's like we don't get colors from the Republic, which would be a slightly disappointing because I do want the Republic colored one, but maybe it wouldn't be too hard to color swap, get some Republic colors, but a possibility. And then lastly, we could use again, but I just don't know. I think at some point they will, but I, again, wouldn't hold high hopes in the next year or two, or maybe even 3 years, would be a clone Z95 Headhunter. So that is my the problems I think that LEGO has with the clone army, kind of what clones we do need in the next couple of years, what I think will be coming, and some vehicles. And then, just some problems that I really hope LEGO will really work on the quality. Like I really want the 442nd Siege Battalion, but the 442nd is a color swap of the 212th. So if they just color swap the 212th and still have the terrible helmet, going to be disappointed. So I really hope, I understand the helmet holes, not my favorite, not my choice, but especially when we need them, okay, that's kind of understandable, but can we at least get the printing down? These printing issues are disappointing, to say the least, when you have clones from 2010 to 2014 look absolutely perfect printing-wise, and then you get to 2022 and 2023 and they're having problems. Things are supposed to go in a progression of getting better. I know the stock market goes back up and down, but really quality for minifigures goes up and down like that too. I get like prices and different things, but it's just kind of disappointing that these kind of things should be on a graph up, and they seem like the lowest point they've almost ever been, in my opinion. So let me know what you guys think of that, of the printing issues, and then what you guys think, like what sets and clones we might be getting, and what you guys hope we're getting in the next couple of years down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all the new viewers. If you made it this far, please consider subscribing. I don't know if you have. Probably should have put that at the beginning of the video, because yeah, last video from last week got a lot of views. So thankful for that, but only like 1% of you subscribed. So if we could get up to even 10% subscribers, that would be a big encouragement to me. So that would be huge if we get to 10% subscriber from view count. So if you have made it this far and you haven't subscribed, please join on the bandwagon and be one of those 10% that we can get to 10% subscribers per video on new viewers. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.